Hey guys, it's Luke here, and this is a classic Ferrari Formula 1 edition of LuclearFusion. Let's get into it. So today's kit is a LEGO System Ferrari Formula 1 car. Now, my dad picked this up all the way back in 2000, before I was even born, at a Shell station, and this kit is a Shell station exclusive. Let's get this box over here. Let's take a look at the back of the box. Now, here you'll see the feature, or the main feature of the set, and that is that you can take off the engine cover to reveal the engine, and we also have a really cool picture of the car racing down a racetrack. Now, inside the box, we find in ours that we have a big bag of all of the parts, some miscellaneous parts in the box, and some really cool old instruction manuals from some other kits from the time. We also have all of the stickers intact and on the sheet still, and some more instruction books, including a really cool old LEGO Technic Formula 1 car. Now let's get into the build and then the review, and we'll see how it looks. So now that we are finally finished, this kit took a really long time, but now that we're finally finished, we can take a look at the car as a whole. Now, first impressions, it's actually way better than I thought, and actually bigger than I thought, especially for the 2000s. Now, this car is pretty cool, and it has a very commanding stance, and I really like it. Now let's take a closer look. So here we have the car all up close. Now it looks really cool, and I love all of the sticker details. Now the stickers, most of them are put on over multiple pieces. Now the only ones that aren't are these ones. They are on either side. These shell decals, all of these ones on the tiles, and these little blue lines at the back down in here. Now, those are it. All of the rest of them go over multiple pieces, so if you want to take this apart, you'll have to take off the stickers, and this won't go back together the same way, so you probably want to keep this together once you've built it. Now, this car is more of a display piece than a toy, so I don't think you would really want to take it apart unless you're taking apart your dad or brother's awesome display piece. Then at the front we have these cool little red fins, and these are actually a full stud wide because of the size of this car. It still looks really cool, and we also have these fins here that are made up by window pieces, which are what's kind of holding up the wing in real life, but on this it just adds that detail and looks really cool. Now here, this Shell logo and this little barcode looking thing, this is all a print, and again, it looks really cool and is surprisingly good for 2000. Now on the side top, you can see that we have these support bars for the wheels, and these are just made up by these kind of Technic plates here, and in the side or inside the wheel, you can actually see that we have disc brakes, or the suggestion for disc brakes. Now these actually turn with the wheel just like they should, and it's really cool that they've done that even though they didn't have to. Now these wheels are steerable. You just obviously use the steering wheel inside and you turn it from side to side, and it works just like a real car. This is really cool, and I love how this works. Now, this is all covering to that steering mechanism, which is just a rod going from the steering wheel to a universal joint, and then to a gear on a track that is pushing this bar side to side, making it steerable. Now, we also have these kind of half circle or quarter of a circle pieces here that add to the car and just give this really cool fin here. And then on the side here, this is one huge sticker. You can see at the front, this car is so old that the sticker is partly coming off there. Just the red part of the sticker is coming off. And this part here is actually the intake. And it's a pretty deep intake. You can see in there pretty far. It's 4 studs deep, even though it really only had to be like 1 to 2 studs. It's cool that they've given us that extra space and given it that extra realisticness. Now, for the massive wing back here, we have these little side pieces here that are just for extra downforce, and this massive, massive rear wing. And it's got 2 layers on it. So on the back here, we have the little light here, and this is supposed to be the brake light, which if you were braking, obviously this would be red. But one cool little thing I've noticed with it is it's white, so the light is off, meaning that this car is going fast and moving really fast and just racing all day. Now, that also could mean that it is just stopped and just not doing anything. However, I still think that the light should be red because the cover on the light is red to make it red anyways. Now, these black pieces support the wing and make sure that it doesn't collapse on itself in real life and on the kit. It's pretty cool that that works in both ways. Now, on the other side, it's pretty identical to the side you've just seen, except it does have this little lever antenna here. Not sure what that's for. If you do know what it's for, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to know. One of the coolest play features of the set is that you can take off this engine cover here. It's pretty solid, very sturdy, and is not going to fall apart. Now, inside, obviously, we'll find the engine, which is indeed a V10, just like they were running on the Ferrari Formula 1 cars at the time. And we also get some extra little details in there. And on the air intake, you'll notice that there is kind of this mesh window fence piece. And I'm not sure if they had mesh in the air intake, but I would think that it would be completely hollow, just because that would give the engine the most air possible, aka the most speed possible, and that would make the car way better. However, you can take that out if you'd like, obviously, because it's Lego, and that's the kind of thing that Lego lets us do. Now, a hidden detail that isn't advertised on the box or anything is that you can actually kind of wedge your fingers in behind the seat. If I can, there we go. And then it's kind of popped open, and we can actually have some behind the seat storage in our Formula 1 car. Not sure why you would want to do that, but Lego has given us the option, and you can. Now, inside the cockpit is just the big yellow seat, which is nicely detailed in there with some brick-built details, and just our really big steering wheel. We have these mirrors here, which obviously don't reflect like a real mirror, but they are still cool to have and are a really fun detail. They are a little bit flimsy, but they are still nice to have, and if this is a display piece, I don't think it's going to be a problem that they're flimsy unless a fly knocks them over or something. Now, we also have this little suggestion of a windshield here. Even though it's just a little 2x1 plate in clear, it still gives it that nice suggestion, and that completes the overall review of the car. I think it's really cool. Let's go on to the overview. Overall, I really like this car. I had a blast putting it together with the old instructions, and all the techniques and everything about it is really cool. Now, if you can get your hands on one of these, I definitely recommend it because it is a total throwback to build, and I just really like how this car looks. All the stickers are cool, and it's just really nice. Now, be sure to like, subscribe, click that bell so you never miss a video, and check out our Instagram at LuclearFusion, and I'll see you next time on LuclearFusion.